guys, so I made a video a while back talking about the 5 things I really didn't like about my 2016 Subaru Impreza. And today I'm going to talk about the 5 things I really like about my Subaru Impreza. The first thing I really like about the Subaru is the value. You get a lot of power accessories such as the doors, the mirrors, and the windows. You also get this nice 6.2-inch color touchscreen, infotainment system with voice commands, Bluetooth, and there are a couple of apps on here that you can use, such as Pandora. Of course, you get air conditioning, and then you get a lot of steering wheel buttons for all of the controls for your media sources and your cruise control. And to me, that's of good value for about 19 grand. Second thing is, well, adding on to the value proposition is standard all-wheel drive. Now, all Subarus except for the BRZ gets standard all-wheel drive, of course. And, you know, that's usually about a $1,500 to $2,000 option on most cars, and you can't even get all-wheel drive on any compact car, except if you go for high-performance versions of, like, the Golf R or the Ford Focus RS. You can't get, you know, can't get all-wheel drive unless you want to buy the Mitsubishi Lancer. The number 3 thing I really like about the Subaru Impreza is the reliability. Now, Subarus, you know, have been known for being pretty reliable. Recent JD Power rankings and Consumer Reports aren't as favorable towards Subaru because of, you know, issues with the Bluetooth head unit. And I've experienced those, but those, you know, unfortunately accounted equal to a check engine light, which I don't feel is right. But nonetheless, mechanically, I've had about almost 20,000 miles in this car in 8 months, and I haven't had anything go wrong with this car, which is absolutely phenomenal. The only thing that I had to replace was the windshield because a rock hit my windshield, but that's not the car's fault, just a unfortunate consequence of driving behind a truck, kicked up a rock, and hit my windshield. But otherwise, I don't have any problems with the engine, the transmission, none of the suspension components have been destroyed, which is really, really nice. The number 4 thing that I really like about this Subaru is that it's an uncompromised vehicle. And what I mean by that is there's no crazy, swoopy, sexy design of the car that compromises interior space, rear headroom, rear legroom, none of that stuff. Yes, people can say that the car looks a little bit boring, but to me, that's actually a good thing. Okay, this is no Toyota Camry boring, but you know, the rear seat, I can actually comfortably sit behind myself, and I'm 6'1". I still have about 1 inch, 2 inches of legroom, and still about 1 inch of headroom. A lot of compact cars I don't really fit in, but this is one of the few that I actually do. And you know, it's actually a very nice, comfortable back seat. And again, yes, this design could be a little bit more styled, but again, Subaru's not on a mission to make sexy cars. They're here to make safe, reliable vehicles for families. Finally, the 5th and final thing I really like about the Subaru is the fuel economy. Now, this car is the base 2.0i sedan, rated at 28 in the city and 37 on the highway. I'm averaging, believe it or not, 39 miles a gallon in mixed driving. Now, it's about 20 to 25% city and mostly highway driving, and these are all hand calculated, you know, after the fact, not trusting the trip computer because the trip computer tells me some ridiculous numbers that I'm getting. So over its lifetime, it's been averaging about 39 miles a gallon in mixed driving, which is absolutely ridiculous. I repeatedly see over 40 miles a gallon on my highway stints, drive about 7 miles an hour, and I try to minimize the amount of city driving that I do. I do sit in some traffic here and there every day, but it's nothing like crazy where I'm sitting in hours and hours of traffic, which is why I see about 39 miles a gallon. Now, compare this to, you know, other compact cars, and you'll see about the same numbers. And remember, this car is all-wheel drive. This car is heavier. This car has, you know, of course, standard all-wheel drive, and then always trying to send power to the rear wheels. That's how Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system works. Sends about, I think, 40% of the power to the rear wheels by default, and can send, you know, up to 60% of the power to the rear when necessary. But this car is, you know, absolutely phenomenal on fuel, and, you know, for a car that's about 19, 20 grand, you can't really complain about it with the fuel economy, the amount of features that you get. So thanks, guys, for watching my thoughts on the 5 things I really like about the Subaru, and stay tuned for the next video. See ya. Entertainment touchscreen with Bluetooth voice commands, and Prius just did a burnout.